Thank you for checking in. Today's video is on spirituality versus political, religious, gods, and deities. I'd like to do a quick comparison between the two. To begin, many see these as one and the same, but they couldn't be any further apart in my opinion. True spirituality is not a God-based modality. Instead, spirituality relates to our energetic source and infinite community. There are no gods or deities in the spiritual realms demanding worship. The concept of spirituality is not at all about jealous, controlling, dominating royal bloodlines appeasing their warring gods, nor any of the other BS. But I will get to this. Spirituality is merely the process of energetic light beings coming to this created physical realm. Many refer to as the mathematical matrix for the purpose of learning. Understand that the current state of the planet is merely a grouping of similar variables that match the level of the current souls found on the planet. In other words, this current frequency of planet Earth houses the souls that are here to learn from its current state. These collective souls have come into this incarnation with the purpose of learning from this current state of earthbound variables. So, our energetic consciousness agrees to a variables-based life path during these current times for our own specific soul growth purposes. An example of life path variables would be our physical body, physical looks, physical coordination, athleticism, physical shape, intelligence level, mental strengths and weaknesses, social standing, zodiac sign, ethnicity, geographical location, monetary status, etc. These all combine to create unique souls with unique life paths. Add all of that to the current times and you have a well-rounded life experience. From there, we are sent to Earth School without the ability to remember where we come from for the purpose of full indoctrination into our physical life. Otherwise, it wouldn't have the same impact-based importance. We need to feel like this is our life for the purpose of taking it seriously. In order to create a life in this earthbound existence, we need to be able to be habituated into the physical realm. Due to the fact that we are merely energetic consciousness, we need a biodegradable host to be able to anchor our energetic body into the physical. For this, we are injected into an earthbound body, to which our consciousness is housed within the physical brain. Many believe that we are specifically seated within the pineal gland. This is not currently confirmed as the intertwining of our energetic light body with the earthbound physical body is constructed at the divine realm and worked in conjunction with higher level beings within this physical realm. In other words, the divine employs beings that construct the earthbound vessels, aka our physical bodies. We are then combined within the womb and loaded into a baby that is then birthed as a person into this earthbound physical realm for our own unique learning purposes. The learning modality on the earthbound plane has many teaching modalities such as social, physical, nature, animals, plants, the need to breathe air, water, air, earth, competition, exploration, health, games, work, fun, heartbreak, and of course all experience through the 5 physical senses of sight, touch, smell, vision, and taste. We are also here to develop the 6th sense of intuition. The scientific side reveals a major common word that we have always taken for granted. However, this word aligns our energetic consciousness in conjunction with gravity to keep us earthbound. Our bodies are highly conductive, and by no coincidence, we stand on the ground. We are made up of 50 to 75% water and are divinely energetic at the same time. Now, we all know that water is highly conductive by design, so it appears that we are purposely constructed to be grounded on the ground of Earth. This is where the term grounding comes in. There are multiple studies that you can find that reference this fact. Gravity, as we all know, also keeps us bound to the planet. Another major variable of an earthbound incarnation are the physical laws such as the previously mentioned gravity. Add to that the additional laws of energy, thermodynamics, electromagnetism, mass, momentum, motion, propulsion, geophysics, atmospheric, etc. These are studied as such within the laws of physics. The laws of physics are the scientific principles which govern our physical planet. They describe the mathematical rules governing the behavior of matter, energy, and other forces within Earth's environment. This is where the spiritual side comes into the equation. There are also the energetic spiritual laws that govern the direction and implementation of our life paths, such as the law of karma, law of attraction, law of fair, reciprocal, energetic exchange, law of balance, etc. Similar to the physical laws, these run intrinsically in a constant state of permanence. Only the divine knows the overall amount of intrinsic laws found within this realm of existence, all of which are deemed essential variables for our combined experience. These laws require intense experience and study to fully understand even at our level. However, they are far more advanced at the higher levels. Our life is affected by each law based upon the needs of each specific soul. Most of our existence is found within our emotions, and the word maturity is actually just the ability to control our emotions in a responsible manner. This takes lifetimes to understand. Remember that we shed these bodies upon our death. Only the lessons go home. Spirituality is designed to be simplistic because it is run through mathematical karmic law. This means that on this level we are an equation that is magnetized by our soul contract to align with specific lessons for the sole purpose of learning what we have come to learn. Many will see karma as a bearded man riding on white clouds making case-by-case judgments, mostly bad, as punishment for our transgressions. This is not at all how or why this works the way it does. Actually, our own frequency orders our lessons. These lessons are then introduced into our physical lives through others or jobs or circumstances that align with our soul's needs. There is no random happenstance within a karmic law-based existence due to mathematics. This is where divine timing and divine alignment come into play. The term free will lines up here as well. Free will is obviously not about being able to do whatever you want with no consequences. In fact, much of our learning comes from good and bad consequences for our actions. This merely means that we, in this case, are the youthful energy that acts like the irresistible force, and we meet the law of karma that is the immovable object to which we bend, not the other way around. The law of karma is a hardline law based in truth. Truth does not bend to our will under any circumstance whatsoever. Our free will choices align with our karmic bank account. We adjust this account through our actions. This is where our energetic consciousness aligns in earthbound form and is identified as our character. Our character is our energetic consciousness on display in the physical. In other words, our character is who we really are, both in the light and in the dark. What we do orders our karma, good or bad. Good and bad karma are merely motivators throughout our lives. These motivators are the light versus dark dichotomy. This dichotomy is here to teach us about responsibility to ourselves and others. It also brings us into mathematical balance. The first thing that we must come to understand is that the truth is the frequency of the divine. In aligning with truth, we begin to ascend back home by learning our earthbound lessons deliberately. This is where the saying responsibility or regret comes in. These are the forces that align you with responsible light rewards from working, saving, and treating others respectfully. This ends in good karmic deposits into our personal karmic account. The negative dark path is where we rebel against common sense thinking, and many either don't believe in or believe that they actually know better than the divine, which attracts negative karma into our karmic account. Spirituality is about breaking us down until we believe in the truth and become responsible for our own lives. Accepting this common sense-based concept will intrinsically assist in the alignment of our lives. The reward for doing so will be personal peace within our soul. Peace within our soul is important because this is where we are required to be in the divine realms. As we mature, we elevate. We elevate in order to ascend to higher spiritual levels of consciousness. Spirituality is designed to be understood at a common sense level. It commonly asks, what did you expect to happen? Most of the time, the common sense answer is correct, whether followed or avoided. However, the divine doles out karma. It may come back in any conceivable way. The differential is where our specific life paths align to. Nobody has the same path, so nobody can really understand another's path. Our job is to follow our own and allow karma to do its business. Compare this to gods and deities. In a religious mindset, we are told that we serve gods. This isn't accurate, especially when those gods are deemed jealous, warring, and controlling. There is no divinity in lower thinking. These are low-level and base-brained. If you don't believe this, try fitting these evil concepts into a DSM-5 test and you will find a narcissistic mentality. We don't serve narcissistic gods. The notion is ludicrous. Why would we serve any being that thinks at a lower level than we do as commoners? Come on. This leads us to the triune brain of existence that brings us the narcissistic/codependent paradigm. I will make another video on that to keep this as short and to the point as possible. I will leave you with this. We are not here to learn how to become jealous, possessive, warring, controlling, dramatic, and childish. Instead, we are here to learn and become mature, responsible, accountable, intelligent adults. Following jealous gods slows your progress because that is not what you are here to become. Think truth, responsibility, balance, and peace in self as well as communally. This is why people wish to reach a heaven. Nobody wants to live with a jealous, warring being based in uncontrollable, childish, erratic, and dangerous emotions. Heaven is thought of as a place where this does not occur. The term heaven is, of course, a biblical reference. However, it is actually the divine realms, as religion is man-made. Religion will teach that we should worship a warring being based in control with a multi-million person death toll. All taken from a religious text that does not align with any other modality of reality. This would be similar to living your life believing in the Star Wars movie, which is actually closer to the truth with the light and dark forces being different from gods of religion. Most of life is actually about personal free will. Choose common sense. Get your karmic account in order by not forcing your will on others. Allow people to decide for themselves and live life as they see fit. We are all being responsibly socialized. Help where you can, but do not force. Of course, parenting is a time where we need to lay down the law. I'm more so referring to adulthood. Embrace maturity and cohesiveness. Peace for all is the goal. True spirituality and communal growth is not found in gods and deities. Instead, it's found in mutually beneficial symbiosis. We are all light beings here to learn about love. Earth School is merely one modality that teaches it in many ways. If you enjoyed this video, please check out my book and my website. The book is called Truth, the Frequency of the Divine. And my website is guardianspiritualadvisor.com. And if you want to help out, I have the donation tab available as well. I'd like to thank everybody for checking it out.